Good morning and welcome back. I'm Josh Robertson. The time now is 6:30 on this Sunday. Let's get another check of this game day forecast. We know they're playing in London early, Hannah, but here at home, people are going to be out of their doors pretty quickly to see the game.
Yeah, hopefully you get out there. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful day to do so. It's already a nice morning. The sun is not quite up yet, but we're starting to see that glow over the horizon. So if you do head out sometime soon, you're also going to be feeling that fall chill, especially on the North Shore. If you're up there and you're about to head out your door, you might need a light jacket. We're in the high 40s right now. Some of us up there still in the 50s, and then we're in the 50s in NOLA International Lakefront, a little bit warmer there with that warm wind off the water in the high 60s. Along the coast in the low 50s. So you're definitely going to want a little jacket. It's not too breezy out there is the good news. Pretty light winds still coming from the north though. Off the lakefront, those are a little bit stronger right now. So those dew points, not too bad, but maybe feeling a little bit stickier than we were yesterday. It's nothing that we see in the summertime, but they're definitely a bit closer to our temperatures. But by the time we get throughout the day, we're really going to see those conditions become nicer by around noon. Really comfortable weather out there. And we're going to see those temperatures a little bit warmer though, but through the morning, it's still going to stay pretty cool. And if you're in the city, we're going to be in the 50s headed out the door. 8 a.m. right before the game, we'll be in the low 60s, so feeling a little bit cool. And then we'll heat up quickly with that sunshine into the mid 70s by around 10 a.m. And then later in the day, we're going to get into the mid 80s. This is around where we should be this time of year. So it's going to be a beautiful October day. Still have those light northerly winds to make it feel a little bit like fall. Now we do have high pressure over us. That's why we've been so dry and will continue to be dry throughout the rest of this week. All that moisture up in the remnants of Ian in the northeast, that's where they're seeing that rainfall. And we still have that front stalled out down to the south of us. So all of those northerly winds are helping to keep our temperatures on the cooler side. So most of the rain the next 7 days is going to be in the northeast and over to the west. Everyone in that high pressure area is really not going to see rain for the next 7 days, and that includes us. We're going to be very dry, and that's good news, but we might see that moisture returning just a little bit as we get into the middle of the week. It's still not going to be bad, very pleasant and more fall-like dew points, but just a little bit of that increase in moisture could help with a chance for some of those coastal showers. So we're going to be dry inland, northerly winds, and then once we get into the middle of the week, you can see those clouds return. We have a little bit of an increase in moisture, and we could see a couple of those pop-up showers along the coast there. So if you do have plans out on the water, you might have to start watching for that again as we head into this week. So large trough right now. That's where the remnants of Ian were going to move offshore and that high pressure over us, but then we'll see another dip in the trough. This is into the end of next week. The reason we're going to see temperatures staying a little bit on the higher side though is those strong winds from the west off that high pressure to our west are going to help to keep us a little bit warm. But then by the time we get into the weekend, we might see this drop low enough to give us some of those cooler temperatures. So above average temperatures across the central U.S. as we head into the end of the week. And then you can see that front moves through. I don't think it's going to drop us down that significantly, but it's going to bring us back to where we should be this time of year. So here's a look at those temperatures into the mid 80s through Wednesday. And then look at this Thursday, Friday, we could be back up into the high 80s. But then, like I said, that front will move through and that will drop us back to where we should be. It's not going to be exceptionally cool like we were last week, but we'll be back around average. So we're into October. The average is 85 degrees. As we start to lose daylight, by the end of the month, we'll be to around 81 into November, then 75. So we're about to see those temperatures start to be a bit nicer. Here's those daylight hours. You can see definitely decreasing. We're into that 12-hour period, and then into November, we'll be into around 11 hours. So those temperatures this week, not going to be too bad. We're going to continue to see those climbing, so it might feel a little bit warm and hot by the end of the week. The good news, though, we do have those fall-like dew points, so it's not going to feel too muggy out there, even though we might have those warmer conditions.
Yeah, I mean, in the middle of the day, it gets pretty warm, but I mean, the dry air just makes it so enjoyable to be outside. This whole weekend is looking to be incredible. And we know there's going to be people up early, like you said, early for the game, the start of the game. If you're outside at a bar somewhere, because they are doing watch parties, you want to have maybe a light black and gold jacket on you because in the morning it's probably going to be a little cool, right?
Yeah, exactly, and especially on the North Shore. They're high 40s. It's definitely feeling a little chilly out there, but we're going to heat up pretty quickly with that sunshine, so layers this time of year.
Layers. All right, thank you very much there, Hannah. 6:35 now.